So far we have been learning about different types of pollution caused by industrial activities. However, pollution or industrial waste is not confined to one particular place. It may spread or it may travel from one part of the world to other parts of the world, which is not right. Particularly talking about the plastic pollution that is being faced by people across the world. Plastic pollution is what? When plastics travel through water bodies from one part to other parts of the world, even to the isolated areas of the Arctic regions, where they are causing harm to the life of both marine animals and plants. So we need to be very, very careful in order to reduce activities that causes pollution. Industries also need to be very careful to cut down on activities that cause pollution and not take water bodies as easy dumping grounds. Being aware of the negative impacts of pollution on human life and on the health of the earth, government of many countries have put out strict regulations to cut down on activities to reduce CO2 emissions or greenhouse emissions. Right? So Oslo is a very good example here. Oslo is the capital of Norway. It has the highest number of electric vehicles per capita. Electric vehicles have reduced 35% of CO2 emissions over the years, which is very, very good. What we just saw was that Oslo has set a very good example for the entire world. We too must adapt to measures very soon to cut down on the CO2 emissions or on any other greenhouse gas emission so that we have a healthier air, a better quality of air, and improve public health. So, a zero pollution world is a distant dream. However, there are various measures that have been adapted by industries in order to reduce pollution as much as possible. So in order to reduce industrial pollution, industries should be set up away from densely populated areas so that the people there are least affected by the industrial waste and the noise pollution caused by industries. A large number of trees should be planted around the factories in order to reduce air pollution and lead to a cleaner air. Studies have shown that planting trees can reduce 1/3 of air pollution. So why not find every opportunity and plant trees whenever and wherever possible, as prevention is always better than cure. So before we proceed with our lesson, could you help me answer this question? State whether the following statement is true or false. One of the ways to obtain a zero pollution world is by setting up industries near densely populated areas. Is it true or is it false? The correct answer is this statement is false. One of the ways to obtain a zero pollution world is by setting up industries far away from densely populated areas. Some countries have adopted measures in order to reach the goal of zero pollution world. Bogota is a very good example here. It is the capital of Colombia. It has cycle lanes and people there plant trees on a very regular basis. So by this, they cut down the emission of greenhouse gases by using bicycles, and they also increase the quality of air by planting so many trees. Other than that, Amsterdam is also a very good example. It is known as the bicycle capital as it has special roads constructed for the purpose of cycling bicycles. Wastewater is often seen as a burden to be disposed of, but wastewater is a valuable resource. A wastewater treatment plant can work as a water resource recovery facility. But how can wastewater shift from waste to resource is an important question. So wastewater can be treated and it can be used for industrial purpose. It can also be used for irrigation, which is important for the agricultural industry. Wastewater can also be treated to be used in recreation like fountains in parks and public places. Other than that, it can also be used to replenish aquifers, and if treated really well, then they can also be used as drinking water. So there were so many uses of wastewater. On treating wastewater, we get a number of byproducts which are also full of potential. The biosolids can be used as fertilizers, or it can also be used to restore degraded areas which have been destroyed through various industrial reasons. Since carbon dioxide is a primary greenhouse gas that causes air pollution, governments have taken up various strict regulations and climate policies in order to cut down CO2 emissions. One of them is carbon pricing. Carbon pricing requires entities or industries to pay for each ton of CO2 emission that causes air pollution. So this particular approach has made industries very, very aware so that they cut down on activities that lead to CO2 emissions. By this way, they are leading to overall health of the air and reducing carbon dioxide emission in the air. So in this lesson, we understood that there are different ways in which we could cut down on the pollution caused by the industries. A very clever climatic policy is carbon pricing. Carbon pricing is the taxing of industries on every ton of CO2 emission. Now this has acted as a very important policy as it has warned and forced the industries to take up important measures so that they can keep the emission of CO2 at minimum. There are other various important government policies that have also led to countries switching to electric cars and bicycles. Electric cars and bicycles have helped in cutting down pollution to a huge extent, where Oslo stands at a very good example. Oslo has reduced a lot of air pollution due to the adoption of electric cars on a huge scale. Other than that, Bogota, which is the capital of Colombia, is also doing very well in cutting down air pollution because of regular use of bicycles by almost the entire population of the country. Amsterdam too is the bicycle capital of the world, where there are special roads built only for riding bicycles. So we see that by simple methods where you could bring the dream and reality of obtaining the zero pollution world. So simple things that we should keep in mind is the 3 principles of waste management, that is reuse, reduce and recycle. Now these 3 simple principles can help us cut down on pollution on a huge extent, and also by planting trees whenever and wherever possible. So a very important quote from the World Economic Forum is, we should be a part of the solution and not the pollution. So even if we are not being able to do a lot for the environment, but we should at least not contribute to its pollution. So we should do our best in every possible way to be a part of the solution and not of the pollution. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers or to get access to all our 5,000 plus amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million plus questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock test. Get all your doubts resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, it is rewarding too. So register for free now.